What's up, guys? It's Scion. We're back, and we're going to have the 150th episode of the MMO show. Now, I actually wanted to take on a topic that was really interesting to me, and I want you guys to kind of really understand where I'm coming from on this topic. Now, free to play has always had a stigma, and it's always had like ups and downs and how people really thought about how you want to talk about free to play. But I'm going to break it down for you guys, and some people aren't going to like this, some people are going to understand, some people already know. Now, free to play I liken to pretty much being like a star in the sky, in the heavens. It's going to burn, it's going to be hot for a moment, but then it's going to supernova and it's going to burn out. That's literally every single free-to-play game that we have right now. And the reason for that is that they're designed to do that. They're designed to get people to come in, spend money, and then eventually people figure out that, hey, this isn't balanced, this isn't going to be fun, and eventually it's going to die out. Now, I'll give you some examples of where free-to-play is a little bit different. Usually games that were pay-to-play or premium at one point that went to free-to-play, they have a more easier time to deal with things like that. Say like Black Desert, Blade and Soul, even to a case of Rift Online is like that. And some games coming in actually have a little bit of leeway, like, Skyforge, even though I don't see Skyforge hanging around too much longer. And you have now the newly out right now, Revelation Online. Now, a lot of companies know that you can't straight up have subscription off the bat and have things to work, because that's just the nature of the industry and the business right now. But here's the problem. Companies have, and it's not really companies, it's more or less like boardrooms and things like that. Companies have gone the way of, we're going to go for that supernova. We're going to come in hard, fast, make all that money, and then screw everybody. When they get tired of it, we'll just pull the plug and then have everybody butt hurt. That is free to play right now. That is what's happening in free to play right now. And I'm putting emphasis on that to let everybody know. So when you come into these games, these browser games, these mobile games, and sometimes these PC games, and they're free to play, don't get your hopes up. Don't all in yourself. Don't spend tens and $20,000s of dollars, and then you're gonna just lose your money. I'm telling you right now. They'll probably try to strike me on my channel for this, the companies, but you're gonna lose your money when it comes to that, because these games are not meant to last 4 or 5 years. They're just not. Think about how many mobile and browser games that you have seen that are around still right now. There's like a handful that are still around right now. We do, like, one by one, they're falling off. They're just not designed to last that long. And I just wanted to say that because I've looked around. I really looked for like a week to see if there's anybody else who was talking about this topic, MMO wise, or just gaming in general, and nobody's really talking about this right now. Is that it's a big misconception. It's a big actually it's a big, not misconception, it's a big deception overall. When we talk about a game, companies come in, they just want to go in and it's just straight, get everybody to pay and then get out. It's not necessarily that. What ends up happening is that a company will dip their toe into the water and put a game out there, an IP out there. Say like Transformers. They'll put a Transformer game out there. They'll dip their toe and see how many people we're gonna get to get the founder pack. 100, 500,000 people found the pack. Oh, okay. Let's dip a little bit more out there. Give them the OBT. How is it gonna happen? Now we got everybody buying into it. We got like 1,000, 2,000. Okay, get it free to play. Now this is literally what's happening. You can look back and you can't even deny it. This is what's happening over and over again. They'll get the OBT out there. Then they'll get like, okay, now the server's up. Let's throw a little free gold at them. Like not even necessarily free gold. Like whatever the thing is that they have to pay for. Let's dip that at them. That would be good for them. Let's go in and actually have a little bit of, let's see, what else could it be? It could be like, again, founder packs. It could be straight up coupons. It could be just random stuff over the course of time. And they'll see how much they can get out of the game, knowing that they're not going to continue the game. Like they don't have like a 3-year, 4-year, 5-year plan. And you can literally see it that they don't have it, and that the game end game is imbalanced. The game like PvP is imbalanced. The game as far as PvE is imbalanced. Guild systems are imbalanced. The servers are imbalanced. They open up like 100 servers like all at one time and spread the entire population out over the 100 servers, so that imbalances things even more, makes people want to quit and go to different servers. Yes, you get the burst and all that, but what that ends up happening is a supernova effect, and then nobody wants to play anymore after that, and you start seeing the game dwindle. Then companies start smashing in, start seeing server merges, you start seeing servers close down, you start seeing other languages start to close down because they done spread out too much shit over all different servers, and then they had the nerve to do it all over again in Spanish, do it all over again in Russian, do it all over again in Japanese, and then you just have too many people everywhere. That doesn't work. But you see games over and over and over every year do the same thing, knowing it doesn't work. We all see it doesn't work, but they keep doing it. And the reason why they keep doing it is because we as gamers, we keep spending on that, knowing that it's like that, knowing that's what's going to happen. Forums full of saying this is pay to win. Forums full of saying that this isn't fair, but we still do it over and over and over. We cannot blame the companies anymore at that point. That is on us. That is our fault as a community. That is, we keep allowing that to happen. If we stop spending on stuff like that, this wouldn't happen. We wouldn't even be talking about this type of free to play right now, or freemium, or whatever you want to call it. This happens because of us. This happens because we don't spend wisely, because we don't pay attention, because we don't put emphasis on companies to actually do this, so they keep feeling that they can keep doing it. They can keep dipping their toe each and every time they make these games. Like I have literally 10 games right now that I need to cover, mobile and browser, that are doing the exact same thing that I just said. You could tell they have like the founder packs, they have the things that you can buy into, and you can see these games don't have a future. You can see it's not going to go anywhere. But when I log on to these games, I see 1,000 people, like just all over the place, people playing and spending and everything else, and then you have somebody sitting there with like $1,000 worth of stuff on. They all shiny and shit and got their name up and bright and stuff like that. And I'm saying in my head, this game ain't even going to be here 2 years from now. What good is that going to do for you? Hey, look, you're number one of the credit card pile. You happy? But see, but that's over and over again. Stuff like that is why it keeps happening. So what we have to do from here is just look, if you're gonna have free to play, balance it. We're gonna do, you got to do that with every single company. It has to start from every single person, or it's never gonna stop. And the industry is gonna be even more watered down and crappy than it is right now. It's just the truth. That's what killed MMO, not WoW. Not the innovation, the way that we allowed the free-to-play wave to go down and just basically desecrate everything gaming, because it's not just MMO. Free-to-play has desecrated everything across the board, and companies have figured out that they can just sucker everybody and make money. I don't know what else to tell you guys about that. There's nothing else that, there's nothing wrong with MMO. There's nothing wrong with anything else other than the free-to-play kind of killed it killed the need to be genuine in gaming. That's what it really did. It killed the need to actually make a quality game. They don't have to do that anymore. They just have to make something presentable enough to sucker enough people to spend enough money that the wave will keep following. That's all that's happening. It's like a magnet. You throw a magnet down over here, more people will go over there. You throw a magnet down over here, more people will go over there. And you never truly have to do anything and make like a superior product to the point where people have to literally earn things in games, and you have to really show your work. You have to have some type of plan. That's why when you see newer games coming in, I'm excited for newer games like Crowfall, Ashes of Creation, even Bless Online, hopefully, that they get their attack system correct. I'm excited for those games because they're not going to be like that. Hopefully they're paying attention. Hopefully one of them see this, because I follow all of them and I actually at all these companies because I want them to see stuff like this, that people like me are looking at you and saying, look, I'm not falling for it. I'm not even reviewing it. But then unfortunately you have people who are larger than me who will fall for it, who sit up there and say, hey, look at this game, because they have 100,000 subscribers. They have 200,000, something like that, and they'll just basically fall into it and make videos, and then those videos get a whole bunch of views, and then it just starts all over again, because there's no genuine anymore. Nobody wants to make a stand for what's right anymore, and it's unfortunate. That's why I saved this topic for the 150th, because I wanted to come at you guys with the real and just talk from my heart about it, because this is just stuff I cover this stuff all the time, and you see certain things I just don't cover because I don't care if it'll get me views. I just won't cover it because I'm making that stand, even if it's just me with my 16,000 subscribers. Hopefully I'll get 160,000 one day, and I'll still be making that same stand and telling you don't do stuff like that. So I'll catch you guys next video. Hopefully I change some game developers and they do something differently, hopefully. So thank you for watching the MMO show. I know it's been a while it's been a month since I last did an MMO show. I had to take a little bit of break. Like I said, life kind of like I speak from the heart, so when my heart's in disarray, I can't speak. That's just the way I am. So I'm good right now. I'm having fun. New job coming. We'll talk about that in a different video. So I'll catch you guys later, and peace.